Hello and welcome to the Savera. Today's story is not the story of the development that we often hear about day and night. Instead, it's the story of another Vikash Yadav, the man America is hunting down. The FBI has now listed him on their website in connection with charges of attempted murder and money laundering. Vikash Yadav, a native of Pranpura, Haryana, is allegedly linked to a failed assassination attempt on Gurpatwant Singh Pannun, a controversial Khalistani separatist leader in New York. Along with Yadav, another suspect, Nikhil Gupta, was arrested in Czech Republic and has been extradited to the US. But here's the curious part. Why is the story barely making waves in India? Why the silence? Since the FBI released Yadav's image, there's been a air quiet on the Indian front. Could the Vikash Yadav reportedly detained in India be the same person the FBI is looking for? If yes, why hasn't there been any confirmation or denial from the Indian government? When pressed on the issue, Indian officials have offered little clarity. They have neither confirmed nor denied Yadav's arrest, nor explained India's involvement in ongoing talks with US authorities. Yet, the FBI is moving ahead, and Yadav's identity is now public on their website. FBI director issued a stern statement implicating Yadav, an employee of the Indian government, in a conspiracy to assassinate a US citizen. Pannun, known for his separatist views, was exercising his First Amendment rights, making the charges even more serious. If found guilty, Yadav could face a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. This brings to mind another case, the Kulbhushan Jadhav saga, where Indian government went to great lengths to defend one of its own, even taking the case to the International Court of Justice. So why the silence around Vikash Yadav? Has the government washed its hands of him? Or could this be a case of mistaken identity? The big question remains, who exactly is Vikash Yadav? Is he a rogue agent, or is he being wrongfully framed? As the FBI tightened its grip, India seems to be trading cautiously. The stakes are high and the truth is still out of reach. But one thing is clear, the implications of this case could be massive for both India and the US. Just days ago, the Ministry of External Affairs confirmed that Yadav is no longer an employee of the Indian government. Meanwhile, reports from the Indian Express suggest that the Delhi Police Special Cell arrested Yadav in an extortion case shortly after his name surfaced in US Department of Justice documents. Records indicate that Yadav was taken into custody last December, accused of extortion and kidnapping with links to notorious gangster Lawrence Bishnoi. He was granted bail in April this year, but now, with fresh charges emerging in the US, his fate remains uncertain. The complainant in the extortion case, a former IT business owner from Rohini, claimed that Yadav had misrepresented himself as a senior government official. The two had become friends, but over time, Yadav's interest in the complainant's overseas business dealings raised red flags. Allegedly, Yadav and an accomplice who had suffered financial losses in his car dealership hatched a plan to kidnap the complainant in hopes of a ransom. As these layers unfold, the mystery surrounding Vikash Yadav only deepens. Is he simply a man who got entangled into a web of crime? Or is there a more sinister motive at play? For now, Yadav finds himself in the eye of a global storm, with both Indian and American authorities circling closer. That's all for today's story. Stay tuned to the Savera as we continue to follow this case and bring you the latest updates.